Hi, guys. I have some news for you about veterans. If you are one, you'd want to listen to this, or if you know someone. And it's kind of important because we've had a lot of changes happen. And in the news, especially in the real estate world, for a short time, veterans could not buy a home because you have to have a buyer agreement. And that's the new settlement agreement that we have with MLSs. It's not a law, but it's a settlement. So I just want to share with you some tips based on this NAR letter. And I am going to read a little bit, so I apologize for my darty eyes. I do have AI that fixes that, but I'm just doing this quick one, okay? Let's see what happens. So, what do you need to know? NAR is the National Association of REALTORs. They're very proud to support those who serve our country, and those that are on a journey to achieve the American dream of homeownership. So veterans and active service members often have unique needs when looking for a home, and agents who are realtors like myself were committed to helping ensure those needs continue to be met following the real estate practice changes that went into effect August 17th, 2024. And I'm really happy that I can do that because initially I couldn't. By the way, I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and if you are in the military, you know exactly what I'm talking about because Norfolk is where I was born. There were no hospitals in Virginia Beach at the time. It was just like country land, a farm, and of corn and fields and tomatoes, and then the ocean. And that was it, and a lot of sand. It's all changed now. But there's Navy SEALs everywhere, and there's pilots everywhere, and then ships coming in and out. So you have all these enlisted men, and you have all these officers, and then there's the Marines, the Air Force, and the Army. They're everywhere. So this could be my opportunity to give back and help my friends from the past. Love to do it. So right now, if you want to take advantage of the Department of Veteran Affairs VA home loan benefit that you receive, will you be allowed to pay a real estate agent under the new VA rules? So that's a question a lot of people are asking. Yes, August 10th. This year, the VA enacted a temporary policy allowing buyers with VA home loans to pay for real estate professional representation. That would be a buyer's agent. NAR advocated extensively for this outcome to give veterans greater access to professional representation in their pursuit of home ownership. So NAR's efforts include meeting directly with VA officials, they engaged with the lawmakers, and they gathered support from our industry partners, as well as submitting a letter, which I have a copy of if you'd like to see it. I'll post that in my notes, and urging the department to lift this ban. So why is it only temporary? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Will it be made permanent? Let's see. So the VA will decide if a formal rulemaking is necessary to make this policy permanent. NAR is advocating for this policy to become permanent through continued engagement with these lawmakers and the VA. And they shared examples of how this policy change is helping people like you. So you want to know why you're asked to have to sign this written agreement? Well, I'll tell you what. If you pick someone from EXP, like myself, it's only one page. Super simple. Someone else that has a CAR form, which is the California Association of Realtors forms. That's what everyone uses as a realtor in the state. A little bit more complicated. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not fun. It's a little stressful, actually. I had a listing, and I asked in August my seller to sign the CAR form because they didn't have the 1 day yet. It came out like 2 days later, and that seller was not happy with me. It was as though I wrote it. I did not. It's the only thing I had, and she was a little annoyed because she couldn't understand it, and I didn't do a good job of explaining it because I couldn't. It was very complicated. And I think it still is. And then when that one page came out, I was super excited. And but she gave me such a hard time and was a little super disrespectful. Which, I've got thick skin. I'm used to rejection and used to no's. But I'm too old to be dealing with that crap. So we parted ways. But back to the one page. This is what you'll be asked to sign. It's a written buyer agreement that lays out all the services that your real estate professional will provide you and what they'll be paid for those services. The practice changes require written agreements now for many of us nationwide. Those are us that are under NAR. We are members and we're realtors. So you're in the driver's seat with these agreements, which are fully negotiable. You got to know that. Do not sign anything that includes terms you do not agree with or understand. I hope that makes sense. You don't have to sign it, but you can't see a house without it. So you have to figure that out with your realtor. And if you need more information on these written buyer agreements, I have a resource right here for you. So take a look at that. I feel like I just talked about that, but no, I didn't. So how do you get paid? How do I get paid? How do you pay me? So this is determined in your written buyer agreement. The methods of paying a buyer's agent may include, but are not limited to, these three ways: the seller or their broker, their listing broker, not through the broker, offering to compensate the buyer's agent. Okay, I'm going to have to fix this. It's not limited to, but the seller or their listing broker offering to compensate the buyer's agent. And the listing broker is through the seller. They cannot do it for them on their own. I could just tell the seller, okay, I'm getting this percent and I'm going to split it with the buyer agent. I can't do that anymore. I have to discuss it with the seller, which is weird because I did that before. And I also, by the way, used to get buyer's agreements before, so it's not really a big deal for me. Anyway, I digress. So the buyer requesting, that the second one is the buyer requesting that the seller pay the buyer broker as part of the purchase offer. And third, the buyer paying their agent directly out of pocket. So those are your three ways. What has NAR done to promote access to financing for the veterans? So there's four things. NAR has been a strong supporter of the VA Home Loan Guarantee Program, which has helped many American veterans obtain more than 24 million home loans. 2, they continue to advocate for the VA to offer flexible and competitive loan products. And for example, let's say some of you are still losing out due to the VA's strict appraisal requirements for properties they insure. So they want to be more flexible with that. And then I don't really know what that means, but they just said that that's what they want. They want to be more flexible. And then NAR continues to work with the VA and Congress to ensure that the descendants of you, certain veterans, may use an unused home loan benefit. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? And then lastly, the fourth one is NAR advocates for allowing a veteran to sell their home to a buyer who can assume their existing interest rate. Now, that would be awesome. So why should you and active service members work with an agent who is a realtor? Well, I'm obligated under NAR's Code of Ethics to work in your best interest. And I pretty much will do anything for you. I really care about people that if they respect me, then I respect you back. And if you're loyal to me, I'll be loyal to you. And I have a fiduciary duty to you. So many realtors have obtained certain certificates. Mine are luxury homes and negotiation. I didn't get one in the military relocation professional services, but if you wanted me to, I'd be happy to do it. I just haven't because I don't really have many veterans where I live in North Placer County. Actually, West. Tahoe is still parts of it, or East Placer County. And then what else? There's a facts.realtor sheet that you could take a look at, even as a consumer, just to learn more. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you are a veteran, feel free to reach out to me so I can help. Thanks a lot.